Video, we're going to show you data entry into step number 2, student size entry page. When we first enter the page, you notice we have 0 records. First thing we'll do is create a new record by clicking the new record button. We will put in the student's last name first with a comma, a space, and then the first name. In case they have 2 Jack Smiths in the band, we're going to use their middle initial. If by chance both Jack Smiths have the same middle initial, you will add some other character there to differentiate the 2 of them so that they are unique values. Next thing we will do is put in our student ID number, and then we will select their instrument and their high brass. Their section is high brass. So you can use the instrument and the section if you want. It is not necessary. Likewise, the grade is not necessary. You put in the height. It is necessary that this is entered in inches only. The weight must be entered in, and the gender must be selected. Their head size, we're going to put in their head size as decimals. We recommend using 1/4 inch increments. So now we have loaded in the student's information. This student is a 42 regular male with a 36-30 trouser with a 7 1/8 inch hat size. In the assigned fields, if you notice, we have records that have shown up. All the 42 male uniforms have shown up and are available for assignment. We assign them by clicking the Assign button, and it brings in their name and assigns that garment to them. Click on the pant, and it assigns the pant. If you notice that there is no hat that came up, that means that you do not have a 7 1/8 in your hat inventory. If there is a question mark up here on any of these fields, it generally means that some of the data has been entered in incorrectly. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to modify the head size and get it so that we can pull up a 7 or the size that we need. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in a 22 3/4. And if you notice now, we have a size 7 1/4 that has shown up and is available for assignment. If you modify the student's name, it allows you to do so. And if you notice, it will modify your assigned fields also. However, in this case, we're going to select no. We do not want to modify their name, and it returns it back to what it was before. To unassign the garment, you have to change uniforms, or this garment you assign to that student and they put it on and it was a little too big, then you're going to need to downsize them one size, and to do so you must unassign the garment first. You must be on the student's record to unassign it. Click the unassign button and you're able to unassign those garments. When the garments are assigned, they will have students' names in all of the fields here. If that garment comes in and it's a little bit too big for the student and we're going to downsize it, we come into the chest size of a 40 instead of a 42, and it reassigns the coat as a 40 regular instead of a 42 regular. If you notice, we have a different set of coats that have now shown up. However, the pants did not change. If we came in and updated waist field and the inseam field, we now have another set of records that show up for the pant also. Taking the override out of the trouser, once again we have a different set of records here. However, if I do click on 198 and assign that coat to the student, if you notice, 198 pant now shows up, which shows up as a slightly smaller size in the waist. You're able to assign that to the student and assign the hat. We do recommend that you keep the coats and pants, the student, in the same number. If you need to upsize one item, a coat or a trouser, then upsize both items or downsize both items to make sure that you stay within that number range. When you start splitting up your coats and your pants, you generally end up with two mismatched pieces that can never be used together as a unit. That is basically how to assign a garment.